喉が前回までのあらすじ、線路上の謎を解決しました。で、メキシコ人が犯人だったっていう風に解決したんだけど、なんと全体の2割の推理に当てはまっちゃったから、どうなんだろうなというのが前回のあらすじ。今回の事件は血の浴室。血の浴室？本当に？ストランドレーンの古代ローマ浴場が間もなく一般公開される。だが、その場所にはどんな謎、どんな呪いが隠されているのか。真相を明かすことができる人物はただ一人。そう。シャーロック・ホームズってイギリスだよね。イギリスの名探偵、シャーロック・ホームズ。
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again. My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
This is where I keep my post.
手紙は特に来てないと。行きますか、浴場。到着。
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details. Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
What should we do next, Holmes?
ワットソン君がフィリップさんと
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
西部で先に話聞きたいな。
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
先に人物を見ましょう。個人、シワだよね。シワ。ひげ。気難しい。だってどっから。あ、パリッとしたこの襟か。襟から気難しいってのがわかるんだ。へえ。あ、キラキラ。マンチェスター。マンチェスターはユナイテッド。いや、やっぱイギリスか。イギリスでやってた。なんだこれ。 店舗と、あとなんかある。なんかある。なんかあるんだけど、どこだろう。あった。単発。
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
3人。何もないはずはなく。
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
And what happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
そんなに大きなドアなんで、ああ、何ですか？犯行現課題犯行現場とストランドレーンの浴場を調べる。ロドニー・ベントクリフ卿殺害に用いられた凶器を見つける。で、アラン・フィリップス。メキシコ人結局なんもなかったな。わかんなかった。多分もう一人いたん、現地で。アラン・フィリップス。フィリップスはマンチェスターの出身。彼は職場のローマ浴場で真面目に働き成功を絶っている唯一従業員だという評判。今朝、職場を出て店舗を送っている。おそらくマンチェスターの実家で。なるほど。で、こっちか。
Champagne for a special occasion.
ますか。蒸し風呂のさ、ある部屋で。
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
ローマ様式
An ice bucket
の
to keep the champagne chilled.
風呂って浴室じゃないんだっけ？基本的には。どうだっけ？
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
タオル。
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room.
衣類。
Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
他なんかある？他なんかない。
Frigidarium.
Are the steam rooms on the other side, Mr. Holmes?
ちょっと扉は全部開けないと気が済まないから。入り口出す。出口か。これ出口だ。お邪魔しまーす。ああ。わあ。
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
うわぁ。容疑者3人。ローだからサウナか。先に、下、血。
Sample at Baker Street.
血液血糖。
This key was Phillips about it.
これで血液終わりか。いやー、ゲームとして結構サクサク進むのはいいね。目に刺さっ
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
鍵かな、凶器。
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
これ本当に本人の血か。
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
着替えるところ
The
に
death is very
指輪
recent,
が
between
あるはず。
30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
単独犯なのかな。
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
複数
I think we have
の
found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities in a hurry. Or he is an artist, or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
G うわぁ、またある。顔は特にないっぽいな。本当に。ちょっと容疑者と話聞く。ブリンコーン。
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
なんかさ、
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
これ
It's
虫。
horrible. So Rodney, he's dead.
血ついてるんですけど。
I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep. Hey, here.
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed properly first.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme.
こんな部屋の中に
It
放置
is
され
too
たか
hot.
ないな。
I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal. One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
This is 近づかれてもわかんないな。ちょっと待って。ちゃんと大丈夫か。画質のビットレートがだいぶ差が確認画面の。
The grid cannot be.
Mr. Holmes?
警察の人ミスターホームズしかめっちゃでかい音なるじゃん。
These clothes belong.
Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
フィリップさん。
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors with Mr. Phillips? You left your work this morning and you went to the post office where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
それは真相次第じゃないかな。怪しいとは言ったけど。
There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important? These baths are becoming sinister.
でも重要なことだと思うや。なんかある。なんか、でもいっぱい物はあるわ。棚。なんかある。
Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations. Glass plate.
中はプレパラ。
A glass plate negative is missing.
おう、一枚ない。これはなん
It
だ
is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
一枚取られたってこ
Archaeological
と。
findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
机の上こっちゃだな。デイリーミラー新聞。ロドニー・ベントクリフ卿という名前には幾分聞き覚えがない人もいるでしょう。イギリス中の上流階級に見られるような富、評判または活力を持つ紳士です。ヨーロッパ中の上流階級ご婦人方が口を揃えて言うように、ロドニー卿には彼の魅力に負けないほどの知性があります。貴族院と深いつながりがあり、政界に影響力を持っています。ある人は彼のことを厳しく独裁主義的だと呼ぶでしょう。我々はロドニー卿が意志が強い野心家であると言いたい。彼が携わる一石は関係者一同に成功をもたらすことを意味しています。ローマ浴場の発掘調査が奇跡的な再開を。発掘作業の指揮権を引き継いだ神秘の鍵を握る場所だということが発覚した。進展がある次第読者の皆様方にお伝えします。これはペン、メガネ、紙。来月ストランドレーンのローマ浴場にて記者会見を催したいと思っている。1893年の私のエジプトでの調査は非伝聞であった。我が国の国宝に光を当てて。ブラックモア教の古き友情を思い返して、いすいそれの法律考古学協会からの特別資金をこの会見に利用したい。金か。証拠で調査。 さが増えた。また書類が増えた。
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
終わっちゃった。
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Tools used by archaeologists in their research. I will need these tongs.
こんなところかな。こんなところだね。多分。一旦周りを見てから行きましょう。
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement. I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes. Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
かなりがある。引き返せということだね、これは多分。わかんないけど。
Mr. Holmes?
はい。
All these events are bad for the baths.
で、や
And
っ
my
と
job.
こう手に入れたので、あれが取れるわけですよ。
I can't under.
I feel ill.
It's horrible. So.
I should analyze this melted metal.
よし。
One lens. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
でもこんなところか。上も何かあるわけではない。ってなったら、あとはベイカー街に帰りましょう。
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
ちょっと待っててね。
Please wait. I need to do something first.
間違えた。麻酔じゃこうは繋がんないよね。で、まずは書庫で情報を調べる。
That is not the one I need.
アスバンでの大規模で発火調査3年以上に渡った。片目が適用された指定の必要なミラーが発見された。ミラと同じ。これ、見立て殺人ってやつですね。ふさわしくないものがそれを見たがゆえ、目を持って罰せられた。
Here it is.
こ
By
れ
the
は
eye
見
he
立て
was
殺
punished,
人
for he
です
saw
ね。
that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
で、いっぱい分析をしよう。
Selenite. Pyrite, otherwise known as
Fool's
fool's
gold.
gold.
Fool's Selenite.
White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
で、こっから、好きじゃない。むしろ苦手。苦手なんだよな。これ
Let us analyze this blood sample.
本当に
This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
だから、
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver. I must take a pipette and place several drops of acid upon the samples. The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver, Britannia silver quality. My analysis table. It is useful for my...
で、情報データ、わかった。で、容疑者を、スコットランドヤードに。スコットランドヤードに連行してもらうはいいんだけど、もう一回聞く。
Do we have to?
I'm in shock.
I found him.
話せない
I touched his
状況
shoulder.
だから。
These baths are becoming sinister.
連れてってもらいましょう、スコットランドヤードに。
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
None, Lestrade.
よし。 コットランドヤードにレッツゴー。スコットランドヤード久々に来た気がする。このおっちゃんも久々に見た気がする。
What should we do next, Holmes?
ワットソン君。
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Mr.
Holmes?
他のこともうちょっと話してほしい。まずベントクリフさんの所持品
A
地図。
hand-drawn map.
これは銀貨か。
An old and rather dirty coin.
諸君
This
次
ring
々と。
was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
何のシンボルだろう。
I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
いやいや、きつきつきつきつ。ちょっと範囲が広すぎる。範囲が広すぎる。鉛筆は幅広く平坦に使ってほしい。
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
めっちゃ使ってない。
Mr. How doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well,
大変そう、巡査。裏手にベントクル63、右の眼球が破裂しており、刃が曲がった刃物が柄のあたりまで突き刺ったと思われる。刃は前頭骨眼下部を破砕し、前頭葉と脳梁の一部を切断し、小脳まで到達した。出血性病変を引き起こしたと見られる。死に至った理由だと認めた。なるほど。で、ブリンクホーンさんの
An ordinary pencil.
ブリンクホーンさんもなかなか大変だったみたいね。
A file with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's Wortflower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A fountain pen with solid gold
う
trim.
わ、高そう。
Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card. Silk handkerchief.
よし、聞くことができた。ガッチャ。検視室は久々に入った気がする。
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
ほ
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
うほ
The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an
Yeah,
occasional
condom
drinker
why?
and 63 years of age.
う。うわ。何これ
The
は。
bruising is in lines. Some light bruising caused by a rope. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
+推理が。盗まれた。あ、ダメ。違う。繋がんない。シャンパン。そこつな。いや、まだちょっとそれはわかんないな。話聞いたらまたなんかでもつららとか
Locked.
ありそうだよね。氷をプリンコン
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
パーシバル。まずは見た目から注意深い。 作業着。汚れ。
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
何見たんですか?
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
全く反対のこと。指輪。
Do you recognize this ring?
エジプト人。
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
薬。
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
何の調査をした
How
んですか?
well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
調査の進行、本当になんか手紙。
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
いや、ここまでちょっと協力的だと逆
We
に正しい
discovered
な。
some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got there.
シャン
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
そんなところ。
I'm not sure that I can be helpful at the moment.
じゃあ次。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
目が死んでる。 ダメそう。服はなかなか汚れたい。いい服。あなたのご職業は
What is your occupation?
I am a councillor at the district chamber.
What were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes, so many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
何が起きたって
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you.
目が
And
やばい。
he trusted me, but oh,
Are you feeling unwell?
I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear. No, nothing. I'm better now.
Please try to recall what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behaviour?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh. His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it.
いや
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too strong.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor.
また水流が広がった。銀の武器と氷の武器はあるよね。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
偉そう。ほう。
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
ロドニー教とは
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
You were not particularly close.
あ
He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian,
ー
unkind.
そのお互い様だと思うんだ
People
けど
possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
さんには聞きましたけどなんかわからな
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
あなたの仕事
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
ピトキンだっていうか
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
にしてはロドニー教
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
それはわかんないですね
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
I'm not sure that I can be
なる
helpful.
ほどで結ばれたページでつながる 僕の今日って誰だ？地図探したら一回終わりかな。リンコーンさん協力的すぎて怪しいっちゃ怪しいねんけど、地図
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
川があるね。川。ここか。
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
セントオールバーンズ。次回、セントオールバーンズでまた会いましょう。